Hey, Retro. I, I'm indeed. So this is actually a Blender provided character model, which is really useful, by the way. You could adjust it to your own liking, but it's free to use and stuff. And it's like really well topologized. Topology is really good on it. It's mirrored perfectly, all that stuff. And now what I'm trying to do is, where's man? Figure out how to have clothing conform to the topology. Since I have a slider for gender, male, female, and the way I used to do it was, well, I'm going to try it again, but I had it on surface deform, and I would just bake it in. And so you don't see any difference, but when you slide the gender, it does bake, but kind of awkwardly right now because I think I deleted my deform. Well, actually, I'd have to look, unbind it real quick here. Am I in my shirt? Why is this not showing? Oh, maybe it is. Here it is. Oh, I guess it is painted, so I'm not really sure why it's all crazy. Maybe because it's weight painted too. I think that's what it is. I put a whole bunch of weight paint on it to the skeleton. So we'll see if I undo all this stuff. And it works decent aside from like movement. So I'll show you an example here. So we'll just do it again. Bind it, and we could slide our gender. Nope, still awful. Okay. It used to not be like that. So I wonder what happened. I might just have to redo my deform on it. Unbind it, rebind a template. It really doesn't like the female figure. Interesting. No deforms here. Oh, I think I might know why. And that's my own fault. I have a mask on. Set it to buy. It is buy right now. It's actually at 50%, so it's both half and half. Let's see what happens. Yeah, there we go. So it does what I'm trying to avoid is a shrink wrap, using shrink wrap. I don't know if you're aware of shrink wrap. I'll actually put that on and show you. And it's actually pretty god awful. Whoops. So what ends up happening, even if I change it to like above surface, outside surface, outside just it doesn't seem to. I mean, it gives her big old butch shoulders, which is cool, but unnecessary for me. That's not really what I need to do, right? So if you notice, like it's okay, like that's cool in certain parts, but the armpit areas, it snaps to like the nearest, right? And you can't really fix that. At least I don't know how. So I don't like shrink wrap because of that. Certain things, like I could influence it just in the arms, but it still influenced like, so I'd paint maybe up to here, but like anytime this arm gets too close to the main body, then this happens. The fill gap happens, and it's not good. No good. No good. So I don't like to use shrink wrap. I'm not using shrink wrap for this anymore. So the only thing I can really do is this. But what ends up happening is you see that clipping going on. I also don't like that. I could take a look at the weight paint because now it's all gone. Let's do another vertex group. What was that? Let's just call it deform. And just have everything at the lowest possible. I don't like it at 0. I don't know. That's just me. Maybe maximum 0.8 is fine. This is Blender. Like currently? Is that what you're asking? What I'm currently using? Or what I'm working in with yeah. It's using Game Maker 2 GMS. So I guess weights don't matter. Oh, yeah, they do. I just didn't do anything with it. Let's unbind for a minute. Rebind. Okay. Unbind, rebind, gender. Okay. Now that it's using the deform, let's see how it does. Yeah. So now it kind of just does the cool thing that I need it to do, which is great. But sometimes it don't work very well. And that might be just because of sculpting methods and stuff. Yeah, I think that might be it, because even here, like the chest and everything is Shavamora. Shava. What's up, man? Even here, like the chest is protruding through the shirt. So I think what's going on is a little modeling needs to, sculpting, I meant, needs to happen. So what's cool about like the model that Blender provides is it already comes like kind of pre-math or pre-face sets. Like they kind of have a few already drawn out. I did my own just because I wanted to have more control. It doesn't come like fully. I'm going to unbind all this crap first. Doesn't come fully painted or anything, and it's kind of general as to where it's all painted. So this has kind of been like the challenge for me, is to figure out how I could make clothing and have it so all I need to do is slide a slider and to change gender, and it would conform to it without an immense amount of errors or, clipping through or anything like that. That's been the challenge. And all this is going to get rendered very, very low resolution anyways, but when I render the clothing and it clips through, those are like obvious high beams, like they're like, I don't know, candlelight in the dark. You could see like a lot of the times it's actually the chest that protrudes through, so you just see a boob, or something. So it's not nothing wrong with that, of course, but maybe not yet in my game. Maybe not yet. Right. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to. Exactly. So yeah, skin color it just pops right through. So I don't see any clipping right now. And I feel like there's enough space. It's probably a little too tight still. Like especially here on the chest part, like it's like skin tight, Probably not exactly how clothing is worn, especially in a post-apocalyptic world. Now, it's maybe certain things can wear that, but not these guys. I'm making NPC Maker for like pretty much the whole game, and I want to have it kind of fit everything that I can. So it's pretty cool. So this is you could draw face sets on this, kind of breaking down where things are. On the clothing, it's not so important. I actually could clear that face sets, and I'll just set from visible, and it'll just turn it all gray. So let's say I wanted just the arms, and later this will come in handy. So you draw your arms, whichever color you want, and you could work with this face set only. That's kind of the whole point. Is so you could work with it later. When you're drawing a face set, if you click on this again, it'll change color, right? Every time you click, it'll change color. The gray itself is actually a face set. But if you hold Control, it'll choose the face set that you're working in, wherever your cursor is. So Control, and I'm in the green, and I'll just go back with using the green. That's how I was doing that. So this is a really powerful tool. I don't know how many people actually know about it, but it's really good for sculpting. And among other things, probably. But for me, it's really nice for sculpting. Ooh, up skirt. Up pants. Up shirt. Glad this was a male model. All right. So like I've drawn on the face sets. This is pretty good. And the rest is good. Like this because the gray is a face setup itself or on its own. I could leave that as is. Okay, and it's all mirrored, all that cool stuff. No, it's face set. So, and then you go to the brush. So let's go to the brush and hit brush and then just click this auto masking face set. And so now if I want to sculpt, like I want just to work in the shoulders, I sculpt and it only affects the shoulders. You know, there's a little carryover, but not much. I could work in the chest and nothing will happen. So it only works in the face sets. And then if I, you know, it's whatever you select. So this here, and I'll only work on the gray, without affecting the shoulders. So that's what they're for. Yeah, that's what it's for. Later on, we'll get into materials and stuff because I still gotta put materials on the shirt and the skin and all that crazy jazz. And the hair. So I don't really need that, so I'll just go back to gray. Right now it's more I'm trying to figure out a more technical issue of why. I guess I'll show you what's going on. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Let's go back to layout. I'm going to put on a temporary material just so you could also see what's happening here. Let's call this primary. Yeah. Where's my material stuff? Oh, I just didn't create it. No, I did. What in the world? This is all here. That's good. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I realize what I did here. Might not. Well, I don't know. It's all here, but not really out here. Let's do a little thing called a UV unwrap. It might be why. I thought it was already unwrapped pretty much, but I don't know why I can't pick the material. If anybody watching knows how to do that, and this isn't showing up. Oh, it's because I'm retarded. I'm working Workbench. There you go. For some reason, my stuff now goes straight to Workbench instead of Eevee, so that kind of sucks. All right, here we go. Red. It's good enough for me. Roughness. You could make it glossy. Ooh. Or just whatever. Those are shape keys. That's not what I really need. then let's make this man a man. That's probably how I did it. Let's give him like bluish, blue jeans or something. I don't know, whatever. We're not working with that, so you can see the difference. See, like, that starts to show up. All right. We're going to have to do a little bit of something here, too. Nothing showing through. Okay. Do I have bind on these? Yeah, so I did the same thing with the pants because there are two schools of thought. I have weight painted for the skeleton, which is good for this model, bad for if I want to start transforming the model. All right, we'll just keep it on there for now. Just see how it works. Deform, bind. So here's what's happening, which is odd, but like it doesn't move with him. Oh, I don't know if I didn't bind anything here. Bind, but it should have bound anyways, so I don't know. And I think that might also be because did I weight paint this? I did. So, but this should be also like, weighted, and it should have bound to the character regardless. There should have been some movement. So it's binding correctly, right? But once animations, there it goes, kind of. It's kind of moving with it, which is great. So maybe I just need to have it all red. I don't know. Let's screw it. Let's do it all. See, and that's what happens. It kind of overshoots considerably. So red means full weight. If anybody doesn't know, whoever's watching, full weight. We got full weight on this thing, full influence. And so the way it's supposed to go is the full influence is supposed to go with the character mesh, like here. This is the offset. This is a weird offset here that's happening, and I don't know why it's happening, but here it's good. Here it's bad. And it might just have something to do with, let me do the same thing here. Just full on blast these pants. Could probably fill bucket somewhere. No, I can't. The pants are good. The pants look good. the arms do not look good. It might also have to do with strength. So change the gender. We'll see how that acts now. Part of it's good. It's okay. Surfer default, because I have it up to 120 or 1.2. Oh, there we go. Okay. It is the strength that was doing that. I could probably slide it down even more. So there we go. Nice. Okay, just one is good. So that's kind of been the issue, is figuring out clothing for my NPCs. And so how I'm doing this age gender thing, the sliders, is actually through shape keys. I could adjust the age as well. Height is kind of weird because it adjusts the skeleton but not the mesh, which I need to figure out how to do that too. So they kind of tend to open the mouth, you know. I think it reset. No, it doesn't. Okay, so something got fixed. So this is kind of interesting to me because now I have like a weird zombie creature thing, you know, that does weird things. And I kind of like that. Or I could have somebody really short, which is nice. So that's nice. Okay. Mood. I have a mood in here, slider as well. Make somebody happy, angry, surprised, I think sad. Sad is what I was going for. I could mix the two as well. Kind of a weird combination of emotions, which I like to do that. I did create shape keys for things to adjust, like nose, lips, cheeks. This is how your character creation stuff is done. Jaw, brows. I could go into more detail on how to, like, the adjustments. What you really want to do is exaggerate everything. So like the nose is set to 1. Make it exactly how you want it. This really should be the smallest it can be, and at 0 it should be the biggest you want it, right? Same with the lips. Smallest, biggest, you know, and then so slider somewhere in between. Same with the cheeks. The jaw should actually be bigger here, but the male, I think, might make it bigger already. Weak little jaw. The brows, kind of just your maximum and minimum, and then anywhere in between is a good slider. I have it for the hair as well. I need to adjust how the hair flows. Currently, there's a shrink wrap on the hair, which works really well. I like how it works, and I could adjust how much it's on the head. Factors 0.5 is pretty good. Usually, it starts out with the max, which is kind of goofy. It's kind of silly. It's kind of 80s. I mean, it's all right, you know. You could really work with this, but I like to use it at 0.5. You could also adjust the offset distance. So like if this is at 1, your offset is what is controlling all that. You know, you could have the same thing going on, but I just like at, you know, whatever, standard stuff. And then above surface, so how much it hovers above the surface of the mesh, right? And how much it conforms to the surface, that is to say. So right now it's good, but like when you have like hoodies and stuff like that, the hair will clip through the hoodies. because it's going off of, this is attached to the mesh, not the clothing, or I should say the armature. And then you can make it smoother, smooth it out, which just makes it a straight line essentially. So I just like to leave it at 1. I'm not really sure what lock roots does. I guess it unlock. Oh, okay, here it is. Okay, this is more, when I exaggerate things, it looks a little better. So like above surface doesn't do it, but there is something that maybe, like factor definitely has a role in there. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Lock those roots in. The roots just stay in place. That's all that means. Obviously, I need to add more hair in the front. What the heck? That's an odd spacing there. Huh. Okay, that's better. It's because I have the shrink wrap on. So it's kind of weirdly doing stuff. We don't need these random strands here. What do you do from here, huh? Yeah. Like to comb it back. Other people, I mean, there's like different methods for hair. I actually like the hair method, this method. A lot of people make cards with textures inside the cards. I don't quite like it. I don't think, because it's all individually done, and I think it's kind of a pain to adjust then. I don't know. Pull it. Pull. To make longer. I think this is easier. I think it's easier to adjust. You could work with geometry nodes with this. I think it's just better. So that's my personal opinion on the matter. With my editor, I like to have the hair the longest it can be, because I have a slider on that as well. The feature I would like is like a trim, like scissors. You could cut it. I thought they used to have that, but I don't know. What's delete? Is that just? Oh no, I don't want that. But I guess grow shrink does the same thing. You could also add more like vertices. So like I think this is only 10 vertices long. So it's really not complex hair. You could increase it to 20 or whatever, you know. But I guess, or again, for the purposes of like rendering and stuff, this doesn't really, you know, have an impact on me. On, you know, oh man, shrink wrap this thing. There we go. It's still not doing too well here. I might be. I wonder why that is. There might be hair inside the scalp. Let's see what happens. Whoops. Got a good receding forehead. It's okay. Receding hairline, not a forehead. I don't know how that looks. So yeah, I could turn it on and off. The more hair I make, like, where's it at? It's way down here. Like hair dot, curly, hair dot, something, braided. Anytime I add a hair, it'll show up in my selection here. Length, I could adjust the length. So, you know, he looks stupid, but I could also adjust the chaos of it and the distance of the chaos. So, like, if he's got bed hair or something, I still have to play around with it because I'm not really liking how it does it. I think that I have to redo some stuff. I don't know. Chaos all the way, and then it'll just, you know, to show what it really looks like, you just have to have longer hair. But, you know, it kind of does weird stuff. And what I'm trying to actually get it to do is not along all axis like it's doing it. I just need it on the x-axis. I just need it to kind of puff out, you know. So I'm going to, you know, work on that at a later time. Yeah, dude has mange. Yeah, I kind of wish there was like a haircut, like trim thing, you know, so I could see how many or how long all the hair is. And it's good to like just start out with the whole thing being up, and like the hair in the front should be longer than the hair in the back. It's like a weird arc that should go, you know, like a curve, maybe the golden ratio curve. And so when you comb it back, it all lines up, you know, so it all kind of just comes in the straight line type thing. But yeah, and so I could also add like facial hair, and this is how it's detected as hair.face, and then mustache, sideburns, beard. That's what I do there. But this is good. This is figured out. The shirt problem is figured out at least a little bit. There's only a few things that these NPCs really do, and they have a sleep schedule, sitting schedule, kind of like in Divinity. I took a lot from what they had, especially the like I forgot what it was called, but general actions or general, whatever it was, where they just kind of like go somewhere, do something, go somewhere else, do something else. They go to bed, they go sit down, things like that. I have two different idols, two different idol animations. So this is version 2.0. I wanted a different character. Mine is okay. I don't mind it. Oh, I could also curl hand. Oh, that's another thing I need to figure out. So I can curl these hands, which is cool, and I could do it per finger. But then I turn into a woman, and these go like insanely weird. Like they get kind of crazy, and I'm not really too sure what's happening here. And what I think it is the armature. It didn't include the hands for, and I'm actually kind of curious how this is going to render. Like, so I'll render this, and let's get the camera adjusted a little bit. We're not doing orthographic because orthographic on characters looks really weird. So when you put orthographic on, the back leg is as big as the front leg, right? It doesn't matter which position the leg is in. It's always the same size. So you want to avoid using orthographic for character models. What's going on here? Oh, okay. Anyways. So use perspective on that. Orthographic for things like scenery, great. It's perfect, because you want, if I'm doing isometric view for a lot of things. So in isometric view, this is perfect. Sorry, orthographic for whatchamacallit is perfect. The final resolution for all characters is 128 pixels tall. I'm going to say there's about, I don't know, 20% buffer. So I'm going to make this, I don't know, it doesn't really have to be too big here, but I'm going to make this 100, nope, 200 by 150 pixels. No, you don't like that? Oh, it's got the locked aspect thing going on. Don't like that. Okay. Well, whatever. That's what it's going to end up pumping out. I wonder what the percent is. I've never messed with this. Percent scale for render resolution. Oh, okay, yeah, just regular. I could. Nah, it doesn't matter. So who cares? All right. I haven't added a light in, so this is gonna look stupid. Let's go with 256 by 256. I mean, I have a light, but it's not good. because of where it is. It needs to be above, but also illuminating the figure. I mean, you kind of can't really tell, but it is kind of still a big deal, you know, here with these really witchy hands. I mean, you could kind of see. I don't know. We could test out our test render. So what I do when I render this is, what is this, 1080 by 1920? What's happening here? Did I go the wrong way? There we go. Yeah. What I actually do is render at full scale, render at full resolution like this, and then I adjust, then I redo everything. So let me render to an actual folder. Need to adjust her eyes too, or at least need to make them. I'll load up an older version of the game because I work on my laptop and I haven't even done anything with the PC with it. But this is where all of the stuff takes place. At least you get to see that if you're watching this. That's okay. Yep. Okay. Well, I still have like crap. All right, create new sprite. Test person. Already messed up. Look at that. I'll have to re-render it. So here's what I do all the scaling. It's really nice to... This actually is really intuitive. I really like it. You could trim all the frames so it does the minimum and maximum of everything, and it'll trim to your, you know, the very, like this is the toe touches the very bottom, so it's basing it off of that, and the head's, you know, touches the top somewhere, probably right there. So it's really nice. And then I resize, you know, down to 128 just to see. And the percentage, the 14.5, that's a little low, but let's do 256 for a test. That's good. So it starts to really pixelate here. Do I have a test room? This is the size of the player. Pretty small. And it's at scale is at 1:1. So this needs to also be about the same. And the way I do that is I just shrink it down, and they're actually going to be kind of like shorter or around the same size, around the same height. I try to do shoulder to shoulder, but I think I'll just do a little bit taller. This is the old version, so this is the old render. I rendered this guy, the main player, in a much higher resolution and then shrink him down, so he's like actually at 128 pixels. This is I think 64, and then I shrink him down to this size. So I check out the scale. So like 23%. This should be 23% shrunken. So right now it's good, but we'll need to. And so when I figure out that percentage, it's a lot easier for me to do everything. So I just put 23 in, and there they are. So they're about this size. So you lose a lot of detail, which is true, but like, I don't know, the hands still kind of are weird. And it's actually not going to be 23%. That was my bad. It's going to be percent-wise 46. Because I want her to be double the size, because I shrink them down like this. And this is done through code as well. So, there's still some detail, and once you're in the game, this is how they look like. You'll still see some things. Yeah. So they look, normal. Kind of normal-ish. But the hands aren't too bad. You could still see like that they're deformed a little bit, It's kind of weird, isn't it strange? Because there isn't a lot of pixels here, but it is fairly obvious that there's something going on here. For example, compared to the man. Yeah, it's okay. So let's test this out. He's got his closed fists, super angry about life or something. Same process. Do the man now. He's got his little fists. Edit image. Auto trim. And I think we resized initially to 256. And then 46. This isn't how I do the real thing. The real thing, I just go straight from full res to down to whatever. So here he is, test room. And what's the 54%? By 54, I mean 0.54. There. So like, yeah, here's the difference, right? Like, I don't know. His hands are still kind of scrawny, but they're kind of scrawny here too. But it's such a weird evident thing that, yeah, something's going on with those hands versus those hands. I don't know. It's weird. But it is good you could see that, there's a man and that's a woman, kind of, At least there's that. Variability and walking, I just increase it by 1 frame. I don't need to do any weird things. Just increase it by 1 frame, make them walk a little faster than the other ones. So they're never really in sync, for more than a frame or two. That's a little trick. But this isn't looking too bad. This is actually pretty decent. I'll show you my other character maker, so you have reference, frame of reference. And what I'm doing is recreating the whole maker, to match this. So um, here's what's going on here. So right now, currently, um, I have the same sliders, but like the face. So what's going on here is, so to be more accurate, um, when I made the characters, they're not mirrored. The topology is not mirrored. The topology is really bad in areas. It's all triangulated and crap. And instead of retopologizing, I was like, well, I'll just use the base characters that Blender has, because I'm not really interested in, I think that they still look unique enough, and I could change everything about these guys anyways, and they will change. But, uh, so same thing, gender, sliders. I could adjust the height without them opening the mouth, but I think that the height resets for some reason in this one. So I have a better version than that. Same with the mood, expressions, go, and all that, but they're not good. I don't think they're that good compared to the other one. So when I say hair, I could adjust the hair. I have different kinds of hair. And this is also not the whole thing here. This is an older version of the old version. Same thing. As a matter of fact, it is a very older version. But yeah, you could adjust, you could adjust things, beard, brows. Brow color. The only thing that this is missing is the eyebrows. Actually are set somewhere else. They're you have to literally go to the eyebrows and set them here, like how long they are. You can make them old man brows or whatever. So these haven't been wired into anything, so it's okay. It's not a big deal. Change the skin tone, change the depth of the skin. So the lips is kind of a thing, right? The way that this happens is actually the lips are painted blue, eyes are painted red, and it's all split into colors. So whatever is painted completely blue or completely red, I actually get a slider. The eyes and the lips. You can change colors on that. So this is going to be eventually, all the features are going to be the same for the other character maker. So because it's not mirrored and because it's all triangulated, things happen with the topology when I work with it. It doesn't really go well, I don't think. Like I said, it doesn't really matter when I make it really small, but I'm just not happy with it, because you could still see the difference. But there's a lot more clothing as well. For however many shirts I make, it changes. You just slide it. I need to actually calm down on the slider because I don't think I'm making 99 shirts. I might eventually. You could also, well, maybe you can't, not anymore. That broke. Or maybe I haven't installed the new version of my plugin. Yeah, you could choose the clothes and stuff on here, whatever they want. You can dress, gloves, hat, apron. The hat is manually set. That's another thing that broke that I had to repair. It works now, but it's there. But as soon as you select the hat, your hair kind of changes. So you could actually have different hair with the hat, and it'll give you the option. So that's kind of fun. And as I could make more clothes, as many as I want. The apron, and not everything has to be like an apron, you know. I could just call it an apron, have it something else. It's just something that covers the front. Hat can be something else, you know. The pose is just for the hands, explicitly for the hands. The targets, I actually just set manually, but if they're invisible and I need to rotate something, that's what I do. So here, and I don't know why this is working better than the other, but this is actually shrunk wrap. I think, yeah, shrink wrapped. And let me look at what I got going on. Yeah, and so everything is shrink wrapped except for like these key areas. You know, they're weighted, they're weight painted. And that's why the armpits aren't glued together. Is they're not you know painted. So, and this is only shrink wrap for the chest and the shoulder, I guess, because the shoulder's been popping through. And like I said, it's not mirrored very well or at all. So this is another thing I had to do a lot is fix little tiny things like that. You know, it would have to shrink. Well, no, this isn't against the pants. You know, so I'd have to go in and manually do all this stuff. So it was a pain in the butt to do all that. And it looks okay when it's shrunk, but not right now. I mean, if you played a game with characters that look like this, it would be an experience, probably. But I do like the hair. This is my favorite part, is making the hair. And all I had to do was make the sideburns and stuff, and you could everything has its own slider, mustache length. You can have a Fu Manchu if you want, sideburns. Old man stuff going on here. This is exactly what Red Dead Redemption did. This is very similar to what they've done, you know, and except it's on a yeah, exactly, except it's on a what is it called? Yeah, you can make any character in this really. Uh, um, except their hair is on a timer, so like eventually grows out, you know. But that's all it is, just +1 every couple of days, and it just does that. So it's very cool. It's just Blender. They're not using Blender, obviously, but it's very similar to what we're doing here right now. Added a randomize button, so I could just make a random guy. It doesn't really adjust any of the hair stuff, but thought it was fun. Random colors on things. Pretty little lady. The colors are a little absurd because I mean it really picks whatever the hell it wants. You know, like there's nobody out in the nobody in the apocalyptic world wearing any of these fluorescent colors. You know, so I might like give it a range of, hey, mute this down a little bit because these are ridiculous. Like what is going what's going on here? Holy crap. If you want to make yourself a target, that's how you do it. I don't know if I added a reset to colors on this or not. I don't think I did. Yeah. But the next thing, so I got like 3 things going on. I do have a VFX thing that works poorly. I need to look at that more. I don't use it very often. But I do have an exporter. This is kind of where the meat and potatoes are. So like I'll choose where it needs to go, and choose the animation. You know, choose okay, sleep. It'll you could choose the size. I just keep it this like that because it's nice. And then the focal length is really really important. for the zoom, and I try to match up with the camera. So all the stuff, position of the camera, rotation, all that stuff. But this right here is super important. The rotation, directional. So what ends up happening is, imagine that you're here and you're facing 13. It's just a direction that you're facing, and it renders in every one of these. I could do all 16 directions, 4, none, and I could select whichever. This is super important for me because I have an 8 directional. This creates 8 directional sprites for me real fast, and it's very nice. And it just exports them for me. And then I have another tool that I use that then imports it into the game, and it's my pipeline. Would you like to see that? I'll wait. I'll show it to you anyway. I have to get it. Yeah, there you go. I think I have it here. Python tools. I asked, I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. I asked AI to help me out. I said, I need help, and I need help bad. And so I said, all right, what do you need? And I said, I need something that will I don't think I transferred it over. Probably didn't. It's okay. I need something that will do this stuff for me, because to import all of the instances of what is it called? Like to import everything, it takes hours. You export it just fine. And this, by the way, saves time too, the whole directional thing, because to just export the character movement alone took, I don't know, half an hour. If I'm doing every single animation, all the directions, it takes a very long time. This actually made it 5 minutes and I'm done. But then you have to re-import it into GameMaker, and you have to do the same thing I just did, which is import animation, call it something, import it, resize it, test it, make sure it's appropriate size, and then you have to do it for every single animation that they're that they have in each direction. So this times 8 for every animation. That's how it goes. It sucks. It's very time consuming. So I was like, man, I gotta have something that does this for me. And so AI created something called a pipeline for me. And so I just choose the project, choose where it's coming from, and then it just name the prefix, where the folder is going to be, the percent size, and then resize method. I actually do pixel art nearest, and then the playback, and then where the origin is. The origin is this little guy right here, this little X. I don't know if you can see it. And then I just hit a go, and it auto detects. The way the naming convention runs is, let me get back to it, wherever that is. The naming convention for exports, and I didn't do it through the Blender thing, but what it would actually have is one, I think either _1 or .1, one of the two. And it would just, that's how it knows which direction that these are. So I guess I could show an example of that. Nope. Here. Let's just export one right here of the sleeping animation. And you just choose the folder, right? So the base folder, it's in the test rig, sleep, and then hit that good old export isometrics, and it's right here. So this is the whole animation. I guess I could show you more. So let's do 4 directional so you can kind of know. I don't like that because you won't see the isometric proportions. So let's do those instead. All right, export. So it'll update the sleep folder now with all of the, okay, it is 1 and then underscore. So if you notice 3, which we wanted 3 underscore 1 through whatever, 7 underscore, these are all directions, right? That first number. And then so it just exports it for me. There is movement, just barely any, you know, like an actual sleeping person, right? Yeah, save the changes for now. Where is this OneDrive? 11/10/26. Boy, that's, or no, this is from January. That's how old this version is of the game. And that's what we're, oh, I don't even know where it is. Hold, please. It's not in Dropbox. Documents. Oh, it is right here. Okay. I haven't worked on the game in this on this computer for a very long time, so I don't know where things are. You just want to give it the root folder. So like that one. The test, it'll auto detect the sleep right here. Sure, NPC. Test. And then folders, just test folder. It'll create it automatically. Probably 19% is probably good. Nearest, 8, bottom center is fine. And it'll run it. So it's detecting, here it detected that sleep 1 direction, 3, 7, 11, and 15 direction have 9 frames each. It resized it at 19%, which is kind of accurate. And it added it to the game. All the sprites. So, and here's the test folder that we just put it in, and here are all the sprites, sleeping sprites. So there's very minor movement, but it, you know, it did everything that it was supposed to do. There's that minor movement of breathing, you know. Yeah. So this alone saves so much time, as I just showed you. And it looks pretty good for the scale. Just like that. And that's how I compare things and do things. This eventually, actually, I don't use sprites. I use objects. So this goes into an object. All these sprite names go into an object, and the direction is selected based on the direction of the cardboard mat that they sleep on, the direction facing that way, and then they sleep on the cardboard mat. And then they have a chair as well. Direction based on the direction of the chair is the direction that they sit in, and so it looks like they're actually sitting in the chair. I'm gonna save this before it crashes. I don't think it will, but So like sit. Nope, that's not gonna do it. I hate it when you have to like select the thing, go into pose mode, or just select the thing, the armature, for it to actually choose the thing. So I just have an empty sit animation, and they just hang out like this, doing whatever, breathing or whatever. Pants can come through, but you don't see the pants because the chair is in the way, which is nice. So I don't really particularly focus too much on that. Sometimes I think I had a problem where the pants were actually like pulled down a little bit, down to the knees, which kind of made it funny to me. What's up, Ultra? So it looked like somebody was just taking a crap on the chair. Fix that in this version of it, but there's a lot of work. This is a lot of stuff that I got to do. And this is, like I said, I've been using this for forever. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm working on a NPC generator. I think saving is fine. So here's the new one. Here we go. So whenever I add another shirt, so I got this shirt, which is looking good, it's good. What I like to do is create the perfect shirt first. Everything that it needs, has everything that I'm going to use, has everything that will ever need to be done. I'll probably get rid of these variables, the scrunched, wrinkled, damaged, because they don't work with surface deform. Not very well, at least. Yeah. Oh, you switched over too, huh? Ultra or retro? Nice. Look at you go. What happened with Twitch? Did it start doing ads? God. Bless their hearts. So I duplicate the shirt, and now it's there's two shirts. If you noticed, the style now appears here. So whenever I duplicate it, it just adds another shirt for style. Oh, nice. So if I select the second one, let's do that. It automatically hides the other one, and I could work with this shirt. And so this is easy. I'm not really doing much to this shirt. I'm just gonna select. I'm gonna hide this template first. Body. I'm gonna hide the body. Wireframe. I'm gonna make him a short sleeve. Oops. Can become tricky. It's crazy. I could hear my computer like spinning up those fans on the graphics card, which is crazy. Hey, Chatos. And man, oh man, everybody is on YouTube. Oh, I see. So you're doing a mech, Reavers? That will be another thing that I be working on, because a lot of the creatures in my world will be robotic, and that's going to be kind of a pain in the ass to whatchamacallit, not really animate, but bind all the bones if I want that mechanical, look, feel, whatever. There's another way to do this. I'm just doing it like kind of the wrong way. The This is making it more difficult than it needs to be. There. I think that's right. I think both of those are equal. They look equal. Are they equal? They look equal. I don't know. Retro is, yeah, Reavers. Yeah. The hard surface, I don't mind. It's the so animating hard surfaces is more difficult. You can't just what is it? There's a shirt for you. You can't just like bind it to an armature. You have to bind each piece to a bone of the armature, which is a lot of back and forth, because what armatures do is bend and they warp certain parts. So if your bone is exactly the length of the piece, then it's okay. It can work. You can get away with it. But if you want true mechanical movement, you have to really bone by bone. I'm going to ban you, I swear to God. Yeah, so the joints is the tougher one because of that. So you're going to have bend in the joint. That's shirt number 2. Look at that. 1, 2. Let's make shirt number 3. That was easy. And it's all it should be bound as well. So the shirt is already bound and you're good to go. At least I think you. Oh, no, you're not. I'm glad I figured that out before I did it. I like talking out of my butt sometimes. So we could unbind this one. Changes noticed. Yes. Okay, bound it. Okay, how about now? Okay, very nice. And will it work on a woman, on a lady? Looks like it does. All right. Perfect. Clothing. That one. Shift D, duplicate. Let's go into 3. Let's go into style 3, which is also easy. Let's give him a little wife beater. I wish that their select would work in mirror as well. So whatever you select here, it selects on that side. You could always go mirror selection, but I think it just actually. Let me see if I could do it. No. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see here. Do that. Select mirror. Oh, it doesn't even recognize it. Wait, what was that error? Select mirror. Maybe the thing is off. Let me look at that. Everything's good. Is this not applied? Maybe it wasn't applied. That'd be something. Everything was off because it wasn't applied. That'd be crazy. Zero vertices mirrored. What? How's that? Well, whatever. Yep. All the writing is done. The whole story is done. Yep. It's just a matter of, creating it. So there is, I have somewhat of a, what is it called? Like a roadmap, kind of, I'm going about this the whole wrong way. Are we good on the selection, at least on these guys? I think we are accurate here. Yeah. That looks all right. Okay. Yeah, which is normal. I've changed a couple of things just because I thought like, oh, this is a better, story element or something, but not really a lot. Ironically, it is about AI taking over the world, all that stuff. But still, yeah, who cares about that? Yeah, who cares? Don't worry about that. Here's me using AI freely, as a tool, like it should be. That's what it's here for, as a tool. I watched this movie recently. It's called Companion, I think. It's called Companion. And it was, it's kind of dumb, but whatever. The point of it was that like in the future you can buy like these robots and they become your companion, but really they're just sex robots. And I thought, man, a lot of shows depict this. A lot of movies depict that, and a lot of like I think things go that way anyways. Like why? Why not just, I don't know. It's weird to me that it goes that way. I think that's equal. Let's delete it. Okay, looks all right. Let's make it more wife beatery. So I've never said that before, and I never will. I just think that it's weird that that's all that, in the movies. That's where it's like that's what they're depicted as. If it's a lady robot, absolutely a sex robot of some sort. What the heck? No, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, let's do that. We have a problem. We have a spiral going on. Those aren't good. Maybe that's my fault. No, okay, I could just cut it off right here. We're good. We're good. We're back to it, guys. All right. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. I don't want perfection. Right now, the fam is out on a trip, and I've just kind of been chilling at home. Kind of hungry. Man, I'm a little hungry. That's not the point. The point is that they're gone, and I don't know. It's been a good break. But I sure will miss them. Sure do miss them. You know, not will like I've never seen them again. I do miss them. It's kind of odd shape, but that's what it is. That shape is what it is. All right, so let's unbind, rebind. Uh-oh. What if it bound to the thing? Oh, it did. Whoa. It's a little high and mighty there. It's not a problem. That's not a problem. Weirdness right there. If you see it, you see that right there, the strength. Let's see what happens if I. Okay. It's odd that it's right there. Maybe that's a shadow or a weird curve. I don't know. I am. You know, it's nice and peaceful. Sure, yeah. Oh yeah, look at that being pulled off of there. I wonder why that is. Probably again the arm situation. It's reading the arm because it's part of the template mesh. So it's wanting to, you know, join to that arm. But I think lowering the strength anymore will kind of make it weird. But so far, it's pretty good. It was really the arms that were being affected anyways. Yeah, this is not bad right here. We could probably keep it. We could probably even go lower. Let's go lower. Why not? We got a nipple showing through. That's not good. There we go. All right. No nipples. Oh yeah. That's kind of what it I don't like that either. You got a robot that does everything, just yes sirring you up. That sucks. I think that's lame. Butt stale? Things are butt stale? Things are a bit stale. I don't want butt stale. Might just move this down. Whoops. Yeah. Unbind. It's not bad. Oh, but the perfect relationship. Yes, it would indeed. I agree. So this shrink wrap would probably be okay here because there is no armpits. Oh, there is armpits and it wants to go to the arms. That sucks. Maybe not. Look at that. That's not bad. You know what? It's kind of the same, really. Like, it's actually better not shrunk wrapped because, like, I don't know, things aren't weird. But I also don't have here. Let me look. Let me mark the deform on it. Ugh, I need to turn that off. Yeah. See, I don't like that. I don't like any of this. So the shrink wrap does suck. We're just gonna go ahead and get rid of that crap. Yeah. What happened though? I'm gonna undo a whole bunch of these. Somewhere in here, something happened. Okay, there we go. You really? Like you thought it was not going to be pixel graphics, or just like the game itself? Like the story? Like that would be insane for me to work on that. Like super insane. I couldn't imagine even like making assets for that. You know, like one asset would take me a year. Yikes. That's a problem. Okay. I think we're going to have to stick with one strength on it because, yeah. You know, I wonder, what if I ramp this up to 20? $16 is the most. Okay. So binds and then, cause I mean, I don't care for, okay. Yeah. One is probably good here. Okay. I do want to try, I keep needing to not do that. I do want to try something else, which is interpolation fall off. How about one? Huh? 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 Yeah, one. Does it really matter? It does not. I mean, it looks, I don't know if it looks any better or worse, to be honest. Uh, whoops. Yeah, I don't know if it matters, to be honest. Like that looks the same to me. Yeah, and I'm already on year 2 of this. So, yeah, it's not overgrown. The world still exists and people still exist. I'm trying to what I tried to do was make the it as realistic, like how I envision the AI takeover would go, which is not super apocalyptic. There are events that will happen through lore, but it's not going to be like uh, I don't know, war against machines. It's just going to be instantaneous, and things just happen. But people are still going to be alive, kind of. This is a problem here. Not super big problem because this is bound. And it's just not super tight against the butt. That's all that is. Or is it? Yeah, it's not. He's got too big of a booty. Too big a booty. In this one corner. Okay. Did you watch the series? What the heck? Are you kidding me? What's going on now? I'm in layout. Okay. I wonder what that does. Oh, it's because I yeah, there we go. I don't actually know what sparse bind does. Nothing good. The movie's okay. I like the series 1,000 times more. It goes into the lore, actually, I guess, or just the world a lot more. So I like it a lot more. It's necessary. Three shirts down. Perfect. What's next? Pants? Yeah, of course. These are really puffy pants. They're not good pants. Am I not on the pants? I am on the pants. Why aren't I on the pants? Strength is ridiculously. What's going on? Oh, maybe I have my no, face sets are good. I'm actually going to release everything. I keep forgetting about that. Surface deform ruins everything. Huh? Where are we at? Man, what's my smooth at? Good gravy. I guess this is a good, like, I could show you how shape keys work and stuff. So this is your, like, your basic shape key. Like, I'll add another one where I want it to be scrunched. And let me make sure that's what we call it, scrunched. It's at 1 right now. So you have to have it selected and all the way up. And now when you edit it, for instance, you pull it up somewhere in certain parts, for scrunched effect. You could also probably even fold it. Let me see if it will do it like this. Yeah. So it starts looking like cloth, I'm going to turn off the X because it's absolutely not mirroring correctly on these. And I don't know why, because this is perfectly mirrored. So, and I think it still is, yeah. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. So once we bind this, though, or not bind it, but, once we reactivate the thing, it might not look right anymore. So we'll see. What the heck? That's crazy. Pinch. Yep. Crush. Nope. Twist. Oh, I resize. I resize everything that I do. So like, no, that's not good. I don't like that. Stretch, move, cloth. So that's not bad for scrunched. So here's, before, after. Let's check if it actually does anything, because I don't think it does. I don't think the scrunched matters. Yeah, it didn't matter. So all that work didn't actually do anything. But that might be because we just need to unbind and rebind, right? So basis, bind, we're showing it, we're good. Nope, doesn't matter. But at least we got better looking pants, kind of. I could always just do the same thing for the basis too and just see how that pans out. Unbind, please. Those look pretty decent. And bind. Yeah, those look all right. That looks good. So we don't need to scrunch them or anything. It's just that's the way that we're going to have to go. So Ultra, to answer your question, so like this guy right here, I'm just going to show you kind of a brief. Like this is it, right? And when I render him, he's really high def. But when I put him into the engine, he ends up looking like that, pixelated, because I export, resize, and just kind of do a nearest neighbor, not nearest neighbor, but maybe it is nearest neighbor. I forgot, but it makes it so it's just pixel, so pixel perfect kind of thing going on here. And everybody's got a same size. Everybody's gonna be shaped the same kind of, So this is, I think, a lot better than my old NPCs. They look a little better, and they look similar enough where I could keep both of them. But I did want them to look more human proportionally. I didn't want to be stylistic like big head type guys, or just weird looking people. So I'm gonna reformat a couple of them. The sewers look fine, but the village town, I'm going to go ahead and go with this system and redo everybody. Yeah. And this is the basis for it here. I'm recreating a, that basically. Shift duplicate. Cool. Now we got pants. Same thing for the pants. I think there's a hot button for like selecting everything within, like a whatever, but I don't know what it is. What the hell, man? There you go. So I've just been doing control to select these guys, and I could probably just do this and select. It's probably faster. Yeah, you could see it more accurately. Is that right? I think it is. Sometimes I do things a little bit more more like it's more complicated than it needs to be, you know? Like obviously I don't need to be doing vertice selection. I could just do faces. All right, there's some shorts. Bound and ready to go. Nope, they're not bound and ready to go. I keep forgetting they're not bound. Unbind, rebind. Okay. Now they're bound and ready to go. This guy looks like a cool man. Kind of a cool man. Duplicate, style 3. And let's make him short shorts. Shorter? Maybe. Maybe like that. Maybe shorter? You think shorter? I think shorter maybe. What do you think? Shorter even? Like down to here? No, that's too short. Let's go with like here. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, little hot pants. Yeah, little guys. Little hot little pants. There we go. There we go. Hot little pants. Are these the same length? Yeah, they probably are. Don't worry, no peens over here. These guys are genderless. Genderless models. You can see the butt cheek though, the underbutt. Look at that. Very nice. Yeah, little Daisy Dukes for this dude. Good, looks bound. Okay, unbind, rebind. Oh yeah, very good, classy. So they're good here. So here's the real test, and this is kind of like where I had issues. I don't think I tested. I should have tested it before I even did this stuff. Let's go into pose mode. This is where it gets a little hinky. All right. I really hope this works. Okay, good. So far, so good. Okay, good. Good. So the shoulder was a really big pain in the butt because I wanted the shoulder to move, otherwise it didn't look organic. But I didn't want it to move a whole lot. And I could show you how I did that. And it has to do with, so here's the shoulder bone. So this is the chain length on it is 2. It's all the way to the end of this guy. So it starts from my little bone that I pick. I don't like armatures well, not armatures, but what are they called? I think they're called armatures. No, they're not. You create an armature, but then you have like a thing that you can create on top of that, and I forgot what it's called, but I don't like it. I don't like the animation rigs. I don't like rigs. That's what I'm talking about. I just have my standard bones. I have my inverse kinetic bones that I just manipulate and hide the rest, you know, and that's how I animate. Everything makes sense to me. Everything's easy that way for me. And all those rigs are just get really confusing. They get super convoluted with crap, and I hate it. One of the worst things. Anyway, so this is a chain length of 2, and then my shoulder has a damped track, and it's tracking this part right here. And this tracks this guy right here, the left hand. I think that's what it's called. Yep. So it tracks whatever this moves. It tracks this by 50%, has a 50% influence on it, so it doesn't move. But I could also have this at 100 and this at a 50. It doesn't really matter. But that's how I found the bone works really well. And if I want to reduce it, I could just knock the influence down to 0.25 or something, and it'll reduce the movement of this. And I actually probably should reduce it down to 0.25, just so like minimal movement of the shoulder, because it's really not. What man is wearing that? Well, that's not for the man. It's for the woman, sir, because I do have female models in this too. Like here, I have it set already, so I'm actually going to reduce these two because they move a little too much forward and backwards and stuff. So just a damp tracking. So that's how I do the shoulder movements. These are for physics, boob physics, and it's the very slight. I don't like the whole jiggle because I don't need that. I just need very slight hints of movement. That's it for the women, at least for the females. And I have 2 different walks that I animate. I always animate a female version and a male version. The female version includes these breastbones, where the male one does not. Yeah, and just everything is, that's how I do things with that. So I'm going to re-select these and hide the rest because I don't need it. The toes can stay, I believe. They're fine. I don't think I need anything else. Nope, that's it. Okay. Show hide, unselected. That's it. So yeah, that's how let me see how that tracks now. Yeah, I like that a lot more. It's not super exaggerated. It's not but there is slight, shoulder movement, which I like. If you notice, it's going up and down. If I didn't have that, and I guess I could turn it on, but turn it on and off, but you would just see the shoulder do nothing, basically. So I like that it moves slightly, and I like this a lot more. It feels a lot more natural than anything. Back to my A pose. I also have a distance limiter on the feet, so like they don't get pulled apart and come to the center really quick or whatever. I have a tracker on the legs as well, so I could bring them up considerably before they start twisting backwards. I guess this would be for a sprint, but sprinting really isn't huge. And that's why I like these bones. It's just so much easier. There's, you just grab whatever and it works. And I don't know. I think it's a lot easier. A lot of people prefer rigging. I don't like rigging all that much. Shoot, let's see here. 1, 1, 0, 0. Is that it? Nope, something went wrong. What's going on this side? 1, 0, 0. 1, 0, 0, 0. Is that it? Is that a reset? Yeah, it is a reset. Okay. And so like these stay at the base because they're base. You know, the feet land. Yeah, I could grab the bone, do the same thing, you know. But I don't. I like to move them, you know, like that. I don't need to G it. The head, you shouldn't really move the head too much. It should be minimal. You know, there's some cool things you could do with it, I guess. I do have eye bones, which are hidden, but I could grab the eyes and like pop them way out. That's kind of cool. Oh yeah, I don't think I parented that. And if I did, I think I parented it to the base instead of the Yeah, Armature is pretty good. It's really fun. I honestly really enjoy it. This is one of the animating is what I live for. It's great. It's super fun. You have to really make sure everything's weighted properly before you start doing some crazy crap. Like my main characters, they have attacks and they have things that they do. They twirl around, they do stuff, and if things aren't weighted properly, you'll see it pretty much right away. Let me see if I could. Nope. He's bending over to kiss his own ass. Twists like that can impact the whole thing. Rotating, like, oh, there's something. Look at that. That's not weighted properly, or something's going on here that, you know, why it's maintaining that, I'm not sure, right? So this is something to figure out now for me. And of course, and it might just be a here, let's make a new keyframe. This is where, you know, because it only plays to 10, so I don't have to do any kind of weird stuff. But let's frame that one and see what's going on with this. It's probably a weight texture. Nope, not texture. It's probably some sort of a weight issue. And sure enough, yeah, look at that. It's not weighted to the body all the way, because I think I didn't weigh it to the, well, we'll see. We'll paint it and then it should go right on. And it should be on the deform. So you'll discover those things pretty rapidly. Is there a shortcut to like superfill something? I don't remember. Like just fill the whole thing with, there we go. All right. Smear. I don't need to smear nothing. Yeah, so these kinds of things you'll discover pretty rapidly in your models when this stuff starts to happen. So now that it's, you know, weighted appropriately, Well, it's not really weighted. Look at this thing. What's going on over here at the butt? The butt. And this might be a butt thing. You know, this might be a thing that happens here instead. Weight paint on the butt. No, F button adjusts. Oh, see, there we go. The spine, automatically the spine. Something's going on here. So either the spine is not moving or something else. But let's remove the clothes. I know you guys have been waiting for that. Remove them clothes. Yep, obviously the spine isn't tracking or something's going on with it. Pose mode. Remove the template. Let's check out the reveal all. So what's happening here exactly, right? Any of your control bones should not have, the deform should be turned off on it. So this is the spine bone. That's what it's called. And this is where some things are messing up, right? But it might not be it. That might not be all the things that, you know, that might be messing up. Let's investigate further. Weight paint. So we start in the spine, but it might be as simple as something else is interfering with it. So I check each of my paints on here. Something else might get highlighted. And that's the problem, is if it's something else that gets highlighted or another vertex is painted on it accidentally. Like this butt cheek. That's the pelvis. Okay. That's the other pelvis. Thigh. Thigh. Those are appropriately painted. Spine 7. What's spine 7? Where's that at? I don't remember spine 7. Is that spine 7? My IK? Where's spine 7? Nope, wrong thing. That's spine 1. IK base. Spine. Spine 3. Head. Neck. Good. Nope, what am I doing? What in the world? There it is, just so you guys know. There it is. It's the littlest, smallest little fella that could ever exist. And it's right there. Spine 7. I wonder if it's attached to anything. Geez, I hope not. And that's your error. So like things like that pop up. No parent, local, yeah, there's no parent for it. It's just there. Guess what? Gone. Actually, I'm going to move everything back because I have adjusted things. So there. Okay. Now spine 7 goes to hell. There. That's probably a lot easier. Maybe, right? And it got rid of that issue right away because there's no more spine 7, so it doesn't have that vertex anymore. It should still be there, but it doesn't have anything to attach to. So there's that issue. Problem solved. No more of that. Cool. Oh, those are masks. So this is a mask. That's probably what that is. We can unselect it. So now you don't have that issue. Let's see here. Whoops. Boom. Back to normal. Right on. So yeah, those types of things. It's really important to rotate your things because those get discovered and things happen. And now we probably are actually going to do better with discovering that with all of other things. Could probably rehide everything. This guy kind of looks like the Terminator with like just the eyeballs in the hair and the skeleton. I don't know. Something about it is really creepy. I don't know. That's all I need. And if I need anything else, I'll unhide it as I need it. Hide unselected. There. Oh yeah. Oh, that lean. Oh, that lean. Yeah, we can get rid of that. I am not doing any more mod work. I'm done. I'm finished. That's it. Limited support. So I feel like with that being gone too, like there's no more weird little glitches with that. So I think that was actually getting rid of that spine and that vertex group was good. So it's important. Yeah. So we're getting closer, I think, to start really, really, get those pants. Oh, it's a little hole right there, but it's okay. That's all right. That's an appropriate hole actually for the apocalypse. Get a lot of wear and tear. Pay? I don't think so. I don't do payments. I'm good. Oh, Retro could use the money though. Yeah, pay him $5. What's your question though? Like, what's going on with you and your mod? What's the holdup? Oh, I need to have a Baldwin version of that too. That'd be awesome. Okay, I think there's nothing left. Hmm. Gotcha. What's the string code? Well, what are you trying to achieve? I guess that's really the question here. Gotcha. What the hell? What? Mustache. I must ask you a question. Sculpt mode. Add hair. Yeah, that works now finally. Okay. Projected. Count 3. 0.1. How about 0.01? Jeez. Sphere? It's all crazy. It's better. Yeah, looks like my old man right there. Strings, huh? Is it matching matching strings like looking for a string and then if a string is something? I don't know. I've been I've been in game maker, so like very different code. Oh, look at that. I've received 100 messages today. I'll be right back. I'm going to go to the bathroom. You guys enjoy this mustache. I got a jar of kimchi. And I'm gonna enjoy the hell out of it. Some people think it smells like BO. I don't disagree. I don't disagree. I'd barely detect it. Kimchi, that is. kimchi. Kimchi. You've never heard of kimchi? I think it's cabbage that has gone through the fermentation process. I love it. I think it tastes really good. There's some people that really can't stand it. They don't like the smell. They don't like the taste. It's kind of tingly on the old on like the senses. Like yeah, it like tingles tickles your mouth. I guess it's not spicy. It could be, I guess, if they added, but it's really not spicy naturally. It's a little sweet, but not too bad. Not too much, not too sweet. Like it's that's good. I don't like that. The heck? How do I get rid of that one hair? Where is it? Oh well, we'll keep it. Like I've said before, I'll say it again. For hair, make your hair the longest you possibly ever want it. Looks good. I like it. Now I got to do the same thing. Add a geometry node to it. same deal. What ends up happening though is even though like it's on the face. Oh, it stays on the face. Nice. Okay, never mind. My bad. Disregard everything I just said. Cool. Sometimes you have to like bind it to something else for it to actually stay where it is. Like I had to group the hair to the bone itself, but here I guess you don't have to for this guy. I don't know why. I said something, but it doesn't matter. That's good stuff. All right. Mustache done. Let's go with the beard. Nope. This is how ray tracing works, by the way. Right here. I mean, there's going to be, a guy with a beard all the time, here and there. I'm trying to figure out is why why it's going a little crazy right there on this front side. It's, maybe it's this part right here that's coming out a little too much. Whoops. That's what it looks like. I mean, it's going to be a long time before I release it full. I mean, it's on early access right now. You could play, I don't know, up to, I think, the sewers right now. I'm going to leave it in early access and support it up until the end of Act 1, kind of like what Larian did. And I have 3 or 4 acts that are in plan. But after Act 1, that's all the updates I'm going to do on the game. For Steam until full release. And so that's going to be a while. Here's really the okay, it shifts with the lady. That's good. That's really good. I was worried about that, but yeah, it looks like it forms with her. Or to the mesh. Last one, sideburns. Probably not. No, I probably won't. I'll be honest. Um, I don't mind Easter eggs, but that's probably not going to happen. What the heck? Why is it off center or off like that? Might be because of the surface deform. No, it's not. Hmm. No, not even just one. Nobody would get them, and it's just that's that part of my life is done and over with. I actually don't really like Easter eggs. I don't think that they have any particular um, importance. I think it cheapens the game and the IP. If you're making something, just make your game, not a throwback to something else. It's just it's fine without an Easter egg. That's just my opinion, though. Leave them like that, I think. Oh, pure AI viewers, streamboo.com. If you want AI viewers, there it is, guys. there's your fella. Oh, you're not on Twitch. Can't see it. Okay. Everything kind of blends in, kind of, sort of. I'm going to work on this beard just slightly more. I don't really like how the shape of it. Yeah, for me especially, because like it's not, what am I gonna Easter egg about? Like there's nothing that I'm attached to. Maybe I'll have like a literal egg, an Easter egg, and that'll be it. Man, I really don't like that. I think I'll have to cut those underbeard parts out, or at least shrink them. Does he look with this? Does he look silly with this beard? He does. He does a little bit, but it's all right because it's all adjustable. There, that's good. No mustache, no beard, just neck beard, pretty much. It's all right. I'll leave it. Yeah, gives it considerable variation. He looks like a biker dude. Looks good. Just with one hairstyle. Because it's going to change. There's going to be a lot more. But that's good. No hair. Objects found. It's all good. Oof, that looks rough right there. Oh, the eyes, the eyes. What do I do about the eyes? They have to be unwrapped, unless they already are. They are. Hmm. It might be big enough. So this is kind of a weird thing here because it's a fine line between black or green eyes, and especially when you reduce the image. So I think I might want to make the green bigger than normal, just so you could see the actual eye color. But also have the black dot in there for the pupils. That might work. His hair's killing me. Man, what the heck? Your initial length is the shortest that you can shrink something in sculpt mode. So that's why I, try to make it shorter for this, especially because it's going to get a little wild with this hair. Okay, that worked out. All right, see ya. That's better. All right. A lot of progress. 3 shirts, 3 pants. A lot of variables. Eye color, skin color. Good stuff. I'm going to plug all this stuff into... Well, I wonder why my sliders aren't here for the eyebrows. I got to plug everything in. For the colors and all that stuff. So that's going to be the next thing. It's going to be sweet. All right. I think I'll head out as well. I think I'm a little hungry. Kimchi was not filling, so I'm going to go find some food somewhere.